Hello students, we have discussed something about chemical reactions of benzene. Now we are left out with one last topic under this unit, that is orientation and reactivity of monosubstituted benzene derivatives. Orientation and reactivity of monosubstituted benzene derivatives. Now let's try to understand this sentence. Monosubstituted benzene derivatives. When your benzene ring is substituted by any single substituent, it is said to be monosubstituted benzene derivatives. Now, we know that when benzene is subjected to electrophilic substitution, one of the proton present on one of the carbon, because all carbons are equivalent, the hydrogens holding on these carbons are also equivalent. So, benzene out of all these six loses one of the hydrogen in the form of proton, and in that place an electrophile will be accommodated to give you electrophile substituted derivative. That is, the electrophile could be we can represent electrophile here or here or here or wherever it could be. It means that it is a monosubstituted electrophilic product, substituted product, right? Now the question is, let's suppose that if your benzene is substituted by any group, so that group I am representing it as G, and if that type of what is that type of benzene called as monosubstituted benzene, and if we take any monosubstituted benzene and if we further subject it to electrophilic substitution, how the electrophile will be substituted, what is the site of electrophilic attack, and how it is going to react with your monosubstituted benzene, where is the site of attack will be discussed under orientation, and how is the attack occurring will be discussed under reactivity. So that's how we are going to discuss about orientation and reactivity of monosubstituted benzene derivatives, right? So I repeat once again, monosubstituted benzene derivatives are those benzene derivatives which carry a single substituent. When this single substituent derivatives are further subjected to electrophilic substitution reaction, where and how the reaction is proceeding will be studied as a part of orientation and reactivity. Where will be understood by orientation, how will be understood by reactivity. Okay, so let's get into detail about this particular topic. As I already discussed, benzene, when it is subjected to electrophilic substitution, one of the hydrogen of it will be lost in the form of proton, and in place of that your electrophile will be substituted. Right, this is clear to you, and we have worked out the mechanism, we have worked out on the energy diagram and individual examples of electrophilic substitution reaction. Now our question is, if our benzene is already occupied by some other group called as G, and if you want to subject your monosubstituted benzene derivatives to further electrophilic substitution, how and where the reactivity is going to occur? This is our question now, right? Now you know that the two carbons that are present adjacent to this particular group are said to be, these two sides of the benzene ring are said to be ortho, and these two are said to be meta, and this is said to be para. So in benzene ring, two ortho positions are available, two meta positions are available, and one para position is available. So now when you are subjecting this particular monosubstituted benzene to electrophilic substitution, the electrophile can attack on either of the two ortho positions, or else it could attack on either of the two meta positions, or else it could attack on your para position, or else a part of electrophile can attack ortho, a part can attack on meta, and a part of it can attack on para position to give you a mixture of, if at all the electrophile is attacking at ortho position either here or here, you will be getting ortho disubstituted product. If the same electrophile is attacking at meta position, you are going to get meta electrophile substituted, that is meta disubstituted product. If the same electrophile is attacking at para position, you are going to get para disubstituted product. So you may get either ortho substituted product, or else meta substituted product, or else para substituted product, or else you may get a mixture of ortho disubstituted product, meta disubstituted product, and para disubstituted product. right? You may get mixture of these. So these three are isomers to each other. They are carrying the same substituent but at different position. That is, they are carrying similar molecular formula, so they are said to be isomers to each other. So when you are taking a mono substituted benzene and when you are further subjecting it to electrophilic substitution, we may get a mixture of three possible isomers. That could be ortho isomer, meta isomer, along with that you also get a para isomer. Hope it is clear till here. When you are subjecting it to electrophilic attack on a mono substituted benzene, the attack can occur at ortho or meta or para or on all these three. So you may get a mixture of all these three, ortho, meta and para substituted derivatives. Why I am calling di-substituted? Because two substitutions, mono has been now converted to di-substituted derivative. So that's why I am representing it as ortho di-substituted product, meta di-substituted and para di-substituted product, right? Now let's work out, this is our assumption. Let's see what is happening practically. Let's work out on some practical examples. Okay, so here I have given that benzene which is substituted with G is called as a mono substituted benzene, right? For an example, for a mono substituted benzene, I am replacing G with nitro group, right? So what will be now this molecule called as? It will be called as nitrobenzene. Let's now see nitration of nitrobenzene reaction. What is nitration of benzene? Reaction of benzene with nitric acid plus concentrated sulfuric acid at a temperature of 55 to 60 degrees centigrade is said to be nitration reaction. In order to bring out nitration of nitrobenzene also, we will assimilate the same experimental conditions. So we will use the same nitration mixture at a temperature of 55 to 60 degrees centigrade. When you are subjecting our nitrobenzene to nitration, as expected, we got mixture of three isomers. What are those three isomers? What is the electrophile that is generated in this reaction? You will be getting nitronium ion, right? NO2 plus. We have worked out in the previous reactions. Na? So this nitronium ion can attack at ortho position, it can attack at meta position or else at para position. In this side also you can show, but our convenience I am representing this side. So when it is attacking at ortho, meta and para position, you will get mixture of these three isomers. That is ortho nitro group. If at all it is attacking here, it becomes ortho dinitrobenzene, right? And if at all it is attacking at meta position, you are going to get meta dinitrobenzene. And if at all it is going to attack at para position, you are going to get para dinitrobenzene, right? But the interesting point here is even though there is equal possibility of your nitronium ion to attack at ortho, meta and para position, they are not obtained in equal yields. The yields of the products formed, of the isomers formed, are quite different. Ortho isomer is formed at a very minor proportion. It is formed as a minor product, that is at the yield observed is only 6%. And if you take the case of meta-nitrobenzene, it is only 1%. It is also the minor product of the reaction. Whereas interestingly, girls follow here, ortho product is obtained at an yield of 6% and meta is obtained at an yield of 93%, and para, just just exchange the percentage of yield, whereas para is obtained at a concentration at an yield of 1%. That is, meta nitrobenzene is 93%, whereas para nitrobenzene is only 1%, right? So what can we conclude it here? Out of 6%, 93% and 1%, which one is more? 93% is more. So this will be the major product of your reaction, right? Whereas remaining two will be minor products. So I can conclude with this reaction that when nitrobenzene is subjected to nitration reaction, we are getting ortho and para isomers as the minor products, and meta dinitrobenzene is obtained as the major product, right? So even though there is equal possibility for the formation of these three isomers, it is obtained that meta dinitrobenzene is obtained as a major product, whereas ortho and para obtained as minor products. Now the question arises, when there is equal possibility for the electrophile to attack at ortho, meta and para, why only meta is obtained as a major product and why ortho and para are obtained as a minor products. So this is a question, right? So let's further work out on one more example. Let's take the case of toluene. What is toluene? Methyl substituted benzene is said to be toluene, right? We will take a toluene. Instead of nitro group, we are replacing it with methyl group, and let us subject this particular molecule to nitration. Right. So when you are subjecting it to nitration, again you need nitric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid at the temperature of 55 to 60 degrees centigrade. And you know that again the electrophile generated for the reaction is nitronium ion. When nitronium ion is generated, there is equal possibility for it to attack at ortho, meta and para position to give you a mixture of 3 possible isomers. But so if it is the case, if it is attacking ortho position, you are going to get orthonitrotoluene. At meta position, you are going to get metanitrotoluene, and at para position, you are going to get paranitrotoluene. Let's now see the yields obtained. It is observed that orthonitrotoluene is obtained at an yield of 59%, and meta very less, that is 4%, and para it is medium amount, that is moderate amount of yield is obtained, that is 37%, right? So in this reaction, reverse of the above reaction is occurring. What is that? Metanitro derivative is obtained as a minor product, whereas ortho and para are obtained as the major products of the reaction. So now again the question arises. What is that? If you are taking nitro substitution on your benzene ring, you are getting meta substituted derivative as a major product. Whereas if you are taking methyl group on your benzene ring and you are subjecting it to the same nitration reaction, you are getting ortho and para as the major products and meta is obtained as a minor product. So what is the reason for this? Why we are getting different of products when we are subjecting it to same type of reaction? What is varying here? Only the group present on your benzene ring is varying here. Here it is nitro group, here it is methyl group. So from this it is evident that the type of the product formed is dependent upon the nature of the already existing group. So whatever is the nature of the existing group, that is going to determine the type of the product formed. Which one is obtained as a major, which one is obtained as a minor, it is all ultimately decided. The orientation reactivity of all of your monosubstituted benzene is ultimately dependent upon the nature of the existing substituent. Now let's work out on the nature of the existing substituent. So G is nitro group here, which is an example for an electron withdrawing group, right? Whereas here G is methyl group, which is an example for electron releasing group. So we can understand that if at all electron withdrawing groups are present, then meta will be the major product. If at all electron releasing groups are present, then ortho and para will be the major products. So I can say that all electron releasing groups which are releasing electrons to the benzene rings are favoring ortho para substitution, and they are called as ortho para directors. Right? Whereas those which are favoring meta substitution are electron withdrawing groups, and they are said to be meta directors. Those which are withdrawing electrons from the benzene ring are said to be meta directors, and they are favoring meta substitution, and meta products are obtained as the major products. I repeat once again, all electron releasing groups are said to be, like methyl group or all this, said to be ortho para directors, and all electron withdrawing groups are meta directing in nature, and they are said to be meta directors. So the nature, depending upon the type of orientation they are facilitating, the groups that are present on your benzene ring are further classified into ortho directors and ortho para directors and meta directors. Let's discuss it in detail. So depending on the groups that are present on your benzene ring, that is the substituents that are present on the benzene ring, are further classified into ortho para directors and meta directors. I can commonly I can say that all electron releasing groups are ortho para directors. All electron withdrawing groups are meta directors. Okay, and these ortho para directors are in turn subdivided into strong ring activators, mild ring activators or moderate ring activators, and weak ring activators or weak activating groups. You can call them as activating groups or ring activators, because they activate the ring towards ortho para direction. They are said to be activators. Okay, so they are classified into strong activators, mild activators, and weak activators. What are the examples for strong activators? Amino group, substituted amines, tertiary amines, hydroxy and oxy groups are all examples for strong activating groups. And mild activating groups examples include acetamido, acyl-amido, methoxy, alkoxy. Groups are examples for mild activating groups. And weak activating groups include methyl group, ethyl group, alkyl group, phenyl group. These are all different examples for weak ring activators. Okay, you have to memorize these examples, which are very, very important for your competitive exams. They will just give an example of amino substituted benzene, and they will ask you what will be the major product. Just by looking at the nature of the substituent, amine group belongs to strong ring activator, so it is an example for ortho para director. So you have to blindly mention that wherever you are having ortho para derivatives, you have to opt for those options as your final answer. Okay, in the same way, meta directors, all ring electron withdrawing groups are examples for meta directors, and they are said to be deactivating groups. Why they are said to be activators and why they are said to be deactivators, I will explain it to you in the next coming classes while giving you the individual examples. Mild deactivating groups and strong deactivating groups. Mild deactivating groups examples: cyanide, sulfonic acid, carboxylic acid, acyl carboxy groups, and aldehydes. Important thing is aldehydes and ketones, that is substituted ketones. These are all different examples for mild deactivating groups. And strong deactivating groups: nitro group and tertiary quaternary amines, and trifluoromethyl and trichloromethyl groups. These are all different examples for strong deactivating groups. And one more thing we should know, that is when we have classified it to strong, mild, weak, here also we have strong, mild and weak. Where are weak deactivating groups? Weak deactivating groups are again forming the example, instead of forming meta directors, they are forming examples of ortho para directors. Here also one more question arises. Actually there should be meta directors now. Why I am going to classify it under ortho para directors? This is also an important reasoning thing that you have to understand. But anyways, examples for weak deactivating groups include fluorine, chlorine, bromine, all halides, fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. These are the different examples for weak deactivating groups. So in the next coming classes, I will explain you how all these groups are acting as ortho para directors and what is the mechanism involved in it, and how all these electron withdrawing groups are acting as meta directors, and why they are called as ring activators, and why these particular species are called as ring deactivators. And next question is why halides, even though they are weak deactivating groups, they are acting, instead of acting as meta directors, and why they are acting as ortho para directors. This is also to be understood. All these things will be explained in next coming class. Meanwhile, be thorough with the content that I have explained you so far, and if you have further any doubts regarding this particular lecture, you can ping me. Okay, thank you.